The second things which I would like to add on this conversation is, and that is more now for Felipe. You know, Felipe, when I start all activities in Europe, I start in Slovenia. Now we are going to all the states of Balkan, ex-Yugoslavia. Then we are
Yes.
entering now in Germany, in Holland, in Sweden. So we are spreading out. Poland, Czech Republic. Slovakia.
I've been to Croatia. I haven't been to Slovakia, but I've been to Croatia.
Yeah,
I know
amazing
Croatia.
country. Amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Very beautiful.
Yes, of course. So, you know, what was the main question in Slovenia when I start? Okay. We believe you, but who is financing Dakila? And I said,
that's a very good question.
Listen, and I said, George Soros. Of course, I'm joking, and I start explaining where is this power. First, we have, I think, between 7,000 and 9,000 members now.
Even more.
Maybe
Even
more. So we are paying monthly, let's say,
yes,
like one fee. That is our participation or our investment in all our projects. That is the first level. The second level is this ecosystem Dakila.
Yes.
And what is for me most important, what gives me another green light to join Dakila was that Dakila don't accept money from George Soros, from a foundation of
nobody.
Whatever, who. So we are creating our money with, let's say, with our hands, with our energy, with our work. So that is what is for me so pure and so beautiful in Dakila.
Really. Do you want me to contextualize for you why we operate in this way? Because you see, my advantage is that what I've learned about Dakila, it was not the result of a conversation or conversations. I participated in everything since the beginning. So I was like a witness. You see, in Dakila, I function as a joker, I play all roles. I go around everywhere. I can do anything, because of, first of all, my personal relation with the founder, Ranjir, 26 years, of trust. My sister, she is the financial person, the director there that deals with the finances since the beginning also. So we know everything. We participated in everything, and I was witness to everything. So many people think, but why you guys are like an ecosystem? You are an umbrella of companies. Since you are dealing with ETs, 49 races, energy manipulation and, mind training and stuff like that. Because the approach of the 49 races, I can say because I had past experiences in the UFO field from all over. And I know that this MO, the modus operandi of the partners of the 49 races, is unique. Nobody ever approached a group as they did. Basically, they approached Ranjir when he was very young, trained him.
Can you just make it clear? Sorry to interrupt you. Can you just make it clear who is the person you're talking about? Who is
yes,
that?
I'm talking about
short story about how it
Ranjir. Yes, Ranjir Fernandes de Oliveira, who is the founder of Dakila, of Projeto Portal, before Dakila, Project Portal was the name. He's the CEO of the ecosystem. He was the first person approached by the 49 races when he was a small boy. Of course, then he did not realize that they were aliens, because the 49 races, they are humans just like us. Just like us. So there was no way he could pick them apart from normal, average, third-dimensional humans. So he was trained by them since he was a baby. Not a baby, but yes, I could say baby, yes. But he doesn't really have recollections when he was a baby, but his mother had. But later on, when he was like a teenager, he began, to sort of interact with them in a more conscious way, understanding that they were not from here. And in short, they trained him, okay, in the techniques that would allow him to train other people. Because after they trained Urandir, they came to him and he said, we have an agenda for planet Earth, okay? In the past, we have interacted with certain governments, certain religious institutions, and these people, they have absolutely no intention of helping humanity. No intention. They always kept to themselves. The knowledge we pass to them, the technologies we pass to them, funds, many things. It's simply amazing. And unfortunately, I cannot really talk about it openly. But I suffice to say that they had plenty of interactions then, and they realized that nothing was going to change, for the population concretely. So they decided to train Urandir. Okay, there are more implications. I'm giving you a superficial,
No, I understand what you're talking about, because there are different sources. If you're like researching this topic of UFOs, let's call it like that, because 49 races for me is a new.
Yes.
But
yeah.
I've been following UFOs, or let's say researching on this topic for many, many years. So I'm aware of what you're talking about. Okay. So I have actually some direct questions you can answer or not.
All right.
About that. But what I want to say, but the main point is that Dakila is here to help humanity with the help of 49 races.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you like
maybe
this.
Mateus.
Please.
Mateus, I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry that I am interrupting you. Just let now our friend Felipe finish about this.
Yeah, it's
financial
important.
strategy.
It's important. It's important.
Really
so people will understand, because, for instance, in the beginning, when I joined Urandir, I left everything. Many of my friends from Rio, I had many people there in the financial, the banking, commerce. They were like, Felipe, are you crazy? Are you throwing away your life like this? What the hell are you doing? You're such a prepared person, and this and that, and you're dedicating yourself for this crazy endeavor. What's going on? Well, basically, as I was saying, the partners of the 49 races trained Urandir, and they told Urandir, we need a group of people that will be able to talk to us physically, verbally, face to face, as you do, because we have an agenda to change things concretely. And for that, you have to have an independent group that talk to us, that have independent means, that will be able to introduce many things that will benefit humanity. So it happened. They trained Urandir. They told me, go to Rio. You're going to start there. There he met us, and he began training us. And then we began frequenting the farm here, and we began having interactions. And it grew and grew and grew and grew. But what people have to understand is that these trainings are very strenuous. They are very difficult. They put you out of your comfort zone all the time. You have to come here to the farm. In the beginning, there was nothing. I used to mount a tent there in the middle of the forest. There was absolutely nothing. There was many times that I stayed there like 10 days without washing myself, because there was no water. It was crazy. No electricity. It was really primitive. Okay? So in these 26 years, more than 750,000 people passed by Dakila. But many, actually the majority, did not endure the training, even though they had amazing, unique experiences face-to-face with his partners. Because many, many years ago, they used to show themselves very easily. They used to interact in groups, the the interactions were kind of open. I'm talking about 1997, 1998, 1999. Why? Because nobody believed Durandir. So the partners show themselves physically to us. We had plenty, but many of the people were interested in the phenomena, the beautiful lights, the beautiful ships, the beautiful partners, because they are very beautiful, human beings, from all colors, all sizes, everything. But very few wanted to sort of roll up their sleeves and work. When I say work, I say to train, to build what the partners was telling us, because they said, for you guys to contrast the occult government, the Illuminatis, as many people call, cabal, whatever, the groups, the oligarchies that control the planet, you guys have to be a power, but a positive power. So they began instructing her what to do. You're going to build this, you're going to build now this, you're going to build this company, you're going to build this company. And they used to pass on hidden technologies that would facilitate, that would differentiate our products, how we go about doing business. They taught us many things. And then in 2015, I think 14 or 15, now I'm not really sure the year, one of the partners called me, and Ginny, I think you met him, Olavio. Did you manage to meet Olavio?
Yes.
Okay, before he passed. Okay, so this was below. He called Olavio and he said, guys, we're going to introduce you with a new system, economic financial system. It's going to change everything. He explained, he stayed a couple of hours explaining us how it really worked. But even though I had the background in finance, I am a political scientist by my formation is political science, but I worked in banks, in multinational companies there in Europe, so I had a background. I could understand. And when he explained to me, I said, my God, I don't understand anything you're saying. It's totally different. He said, yes, but as you guys will implement this new system, you will understand. And we trained this for many years. Before, in 2019, the partners came to us and said, shit's going to hit the fan. You guys have to prepare. Create a digital token. Begin using digital tokens. And then they instructed us how to build the BDM app, how to, sort of operate the BDM and to establish the BDM. The BDM is not the system. It's one tool of the system. There are various other tools because they told us the financial system is going to shift and it's coming a prison. You guys have to have an alternate to all this. Otherwise, you guys are going to be caught in a system that you cannot free yourself from it. As a matter of fact, I had conversations with many partners that told me different aspects of this prison system that we are seeing now, unfolding before our very eyes. The CBDCs, that this absurd financial crisis that we're witnessing these days, which are all fabricated. They have a specific intention. And it's simply amazing. The partners many years ago warned us, advised us how to go about things. And we have built this ecosystem with a financial branch, with the BDM, with the BDM bank. We have our own financial instruments, everything, because we have to always also be independent. Because having a financial system apart from the one outside. Why? Because the partners promised us to introduce 123 technologies that will revolutionize everything, that will trickle down in benefits for humanity. For instance, free energy, the generation of the engines that can generate energy, electric energy, free, a perpetual motion machine generator, as well as other technologies. We try to introduce some of these technologies. As a matter of fact, we have introduced 12 technologies. They are hidden. Okay, they are hidden. Like the candy, it's one technology. You think you're eating a candy, but there is technology in there to help with your health. Like the clay that has many applications, not only with the Kion, but also, you know, they have hundreds of applications in ceramics. We have, well, I cannot say yet, but our presence in the Emirates, it's going to have many interesting surprises concerning these new technological breakthroughs that we're going to introduce. Many is going to come through the Emirates. So everything we're doing, we are preparing the disclosure of the 49 races. How? Building concretely, introducing concretely technologies that will benefit the population. We are beginning to also shatter the matrix, this fabricated illusion that we live. The Convex Earth documentary is one of them. We are showing the population, you don't know where you live. Our governments, they lie to us. They systematically lie to us. As a matter of fact, they've been lying to us since ever. Since ever. So, and the funny thing is this, after we released the documentary here in Brazil, this is what we received, some of us. This is a medal from the Brazilian military. They gave us a medal, you know, awarding us for the amazing documentary that this. And in private conversations with them, they told us there's no curvature. We don't know how Earth really is, but there's no curvature. We're the first independent institute in Brazil, research institute in Brazil, that were invited to go to the Antarctic base of the Brazilian Navy. We've done extensive work there. We've done measurements of the trajectory of the sun. There's no solar system. All you guys have to do is to study the sun analemma, the solar analemma. Just study that. You realize that there's no solar system. It's so ridiculous to prove all this. You have to understand one thing. In Dakila, we don't believe in things. Okay? Our research, it's not the product of an act of faith. It's not. It's the result of empirical research, experiments, scientific experiments. You know, people get very mad with us. Oh, the convex Earth is crazy, because Urandir is this, Felipe is that. Yes, but you don't debunk the documentary.
Yes.
And the funny thing is that on the first week that we released in several languages, in Arabic, in Russian, I was contacted by a group of scientists from the Russian Academy of Science. And they were very much surprised to see that we did the same experiment they did. It's the laser experiment on Lake Titicaca, that we shot the laser one side to the other, and there's no proof that there's no curvature. They did the same experiment, but in a better place. They did it in the Baikal Lake, a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's a huge lake.
Yes, it's the biggest in the world. Sweetwater lake in the world. And they measured with very powerful lasers that they developed. And they proved there's no curvature. We're doing the same thing here. And I asked, are you guys going to disclose? We are waiting for the correct atmosphere, environment, political environment to disclose it. Nevertheless, we have the support of Putin. We are doing it with the support of Putin.
I would like to ask you. Just if you can talk a little bit about the story when you received the phone call from this billionaire from Russia, which started to talk with you and with the people from the Dakila. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Felipe, we can't hear you.
Felipe,
Hello?
you're mute.
Okay.
Yes,
Hello?
now it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, now we
Yes.
So I cannot name names because he's an
Yes, of
international
course.
figure.
Okay.
I don't know him personally. He was a friend of a friend. There's a person in Dakila, very well connected internationally. He or she has been in Dakila for many, many years. And she's an international figure, and she knew this guy. And she asked me, Felipe, this guy would like to talk to you. I said, all right. I talked to him. He was in São Paulo then. And he called me. He had a video call with me from São Paulo. He was from Russia. All I can say that he was Russian. And I was supposed to talk to him for like an hour. We started talking around 7 p.m., 7 in the night. And we finished talking almost at 6 o'clock in the morning of the other day. The guy, he didn't want to stop. In the beginning, he was asking many questions. But after a while, he began to tell me his experiences. I realized that the guy knew what he was talking about. He had past contacts. He told me many things. He, as I understood, he was in the circle near Putin. You know, he told me many, many things. So it's sort of delicate. I cannot say who, what, nothing. But what I can say is that the Russians, they know a lot. They know a lot. They know about the fake moon landing. They know it. And I also have channels in NASA that told me as well. They never went there. They cannot pass the Van Allen belt. Nothing that breathes can pass. Only a robot or a remote rocket. Nevertheless, the Earth system, as we call it, is completely different, okay? And a rocket, okay, a rocket cannot travel in higher heights, you know. Why? Because of the density of the air. You see, the rocket, the fuel rocket will not travel. It doesn't exist the vacuum of space. This is a lie. But there are different layers of density, air density. And there's no way a conventional rocket can go anywhere. And they haven't been to the moon. And this guy was confirming this because that's the advantage we have. It's not that, someone channeled or telepathic communication. We hear everything from the mouth of the partners to our ears, to our tape recorders, to our video cameras. We film, we record. You know, I had hundreds of conversations with with many partners. Many people think it's only Bilou. My God, Bilou is just one. There are many others. I sat beside them. I had, so it's a totally different relation also. And they don't really care, They don't really care if people believe. They're not interested in that for the moment. They are interested that Dakila builds its infrastructure, introduces the technologies they are passing on to us, because in a very short time, they will show themselves to the world, but they will not talk to governments because they know they're crooks. They obey a certain group. They are not from here. They know that. And they are not going to talk to oligarchies, religious institutions. They're all products of control, of a control system. They know that. They will show themselves and they're going to say, hi, guys, we are here. We are real. Those guys represent us, Dakila. If you want to know information, technologies, go and talk to them. So now, can you understand what's going to happen? That's why I'm running now, in order to expand our infrastructure. That's why we need this infrastructure. That's why we have to have an independent financial economic system. Why? Because the controllers, as we call these proxies, that run the world, they own the financial system. They provoke the crisis. They give the solutions, but they still control the system. We must be outside of this system. Otherwise, they can strangle us, control us. That's why